have a severe thunderstorm. My phone just told me. Look at the tree. Those trees are getting pounded. Basic river. I can't believe this. That hail beat up these tomatoes really bad. Poor things. Alright guys, it's about 76, maybe 77 days later. But what I wanted to show you was the reason, honestly, this whole project even started was I need to replace this ball joint because it makes a lot of racket after I've come back from a drive or whatever. And anyway, this here, it makes all kinds of racket. Creaking noises is actually what it makes. That was my first giveaway that it was dying, but the other side was still pretty solid. But this is pretty dang loose. That's a lot looser than you want it. Can't even move it now. Look at that thing. Wow. I've sprayed everything down with Kroil. I probably also ought to spray down in this bucket here because I had a problem on the other side. Not going to worry about the end link because I'm cutting that out. One of the most frustrating things about doing these videos is once in a while you lose footage, and this is one of those cases right here. This is the second time this has happened to me. The last time was when I rebuilt the rack and pinion on Frankie. And now this one is in another video where the camera overheated and lost the footage that it was recording. Really frustrating. So let me tell you what happened here. I removed the driver's side control arm on Frankie, and as I was dropping it down, I noticed that the insulator for the spring was still sitting down in that bucket or cup, whatever you want to call it. To explain what I'm saying next here, I made the comment that it looks like this spring is just sitting on top of the insulator. I really didn't grasp onto what had really happened here, and you'll see in this next clip just what happened. Check it out. You know how I said that that spring was just sitting on here? Why was it sitting on there, you may ask? Well, look down in there. That's a coil. That there, that's a coil. So I came over here, looked at the spring. Look at that, it busted clean off. My goodness. I have to get some new springs now. Gosh. You got a problem, yo, well, solve it. I just realized that this was the bottom coil and I was cutting that off anyway, so yeah, I just cut this much more off of it and we're equal to the other one. This is the piece I cut off the other coil. So we're gonna be good. Whew, dodged the bullet there. What am I doing right here? I got this idea from 65 Ford. It's been a few days since I filmed anything on this particular subject, After I had the issue with the broken spring, I went in the house and I was kind of wallowing in my own stench there, and well, I decided to put some pictures on the local Fox Body page, just say, hey, look at this crap, you know, look what I ran into. That's all it was all about. Next thing I know, I got a few people offering me some springs, and yeah, great group of guys that we have around here. So Pedro from our group hit me up, said, hey, I've got some Eibach. I think I'm saying that right. That's the way I've said it for years. So hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anyway, he's got a set. He says he hooked me up with a deal I could not pass up. These springs actually came off of his. He's got a really sweet Mystic Cobra. They came off of that. He went to coilovers, he was telling me. So this is what I got from him. I'll show a picture here. I set these next to the stock springs that I cut down, and these are roughly a 1/2 inch lower. Not that that means anything for how it's going to ride, but I just, for comparison's sake. Anyway, these are a progressive rate spring, pretty similar to the stock progressive rate, so I'm going to be pretty happy with it, I hope. And yeah, this will solve some issues that I didn't know I was going to run into to begin with. Once again, shout out. Thanks again, Pedro. And let's get on with this video. Well, if it ain't one thing, it's a dozen. I got this in, and I look down and I notice, look at this. That boot tore. I don't know how it tore. I don't know if I did something while I was putting these bolts in. I don't know. Anyway, I just called around. O'Reilly can get some, and they'll be here in about 4 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to trying to get the spring in, and then I can actually, I'll be able to hold that up and in place if I put the sway bar end links on. So I think I'm going to go ahead and proceed with that. Okay, I'm going to do my best to show this method, and that is using this plate with some assembly goo, make that. And what I did was I just went over the top of this. This is also kind of good because this will be a rust inhibitor also. Alright, so set this about where it goes, which is right here. Back. And I just got this plate. Weird, there's more room on the other side in this area. Oh no, I got it. So at this point right here, I decided these things aren't going to go in here without one heck of a struggle. So I went out and got these. There's another one sitting down there, but I put those on the spring, kind of compressed it about 1 inch, and then you'll see right here that it goes right in. I just wanted to explain that these just appeared all of a sudden in the video, and you know, I decided I needed these. Got it. Frickin' dirty, rotten devil. I had to put these spring compressors on there to make it work, but it worked. I hate
spring compressors. But that plate helped me slide that in, as you could tell. Between that and the Maximum Motorsports deal here, those two things really did a lot of work. My goodness, now I'm gonna have to move you guys so I can get my other jack in here. I don't know how you can do this without two jacks, unless you have a lift. What is this? Alright, since I can't put this strut in, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get these end links set up on both sides. Yes. Alright. And this style is so much better than the original in my opinion. So you end cap, and then this piece here, that little ridge needs to go into the control arm. So you slide that down like so, and we're ready for this to go in the bottom. Now we start assembling the rest of it. So again, that little ridge right there goes into the control arm, so you want that to go down. The one on the bottom is faced up, this one is down, and then another washer protector. Then we have his sleeve. That sleeve is next right there, and we're going to want to aim this over there pretty soon. That okay, now this ridge again goes into the sway bar. So you want that on top now. And we'll slide this over here. And then again, that ridge goes into the sway bar, so this one's facing down. Let's hope that did it. All I need is a thread. All right, how you doing?
Getting her done.
Oh, you know.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to.
Still working on springs?
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
I busted one.
Uh-oh.
So I got. Well, I can't say I broke it. It was broken when I took it out.
Oh, not a new one.
No.
So
I got these ones from my friend. Anyway. I just called around. O'Reilly can get some, and they'll be here in about 4 hours.
Later that same evening.
I am back from O'Reilly. And these are supposed to be our fix. That looks quite a bit smaller. We'll see though.
And it's supposed to stretch over the top of this and seal up. And it does. Get a light on here, maybe. Wow. That's great. I absolutely love that. That is a wonderful fit. Oh my goodness. We can move on. Oh man, I'm happy. It's way better than this piece of garbage. Energy Suspension says that this will allow you to still grease it. They said on the video that I watched that their boots have a 5-point sealing technology. I don't see that on the box here. I was going to show it, but anyway, now I'm going to have to tear apart the other side again at some point and replace that boot, because that's another thing that's going to drive me nuts, not having it symmetrical. We're going to leave on that note right there. I'm going to be honest with you. I've not been doing too terribly well about filming lately. I'm trying to get better about it. Sorry, guys. The next video is going to be some issues with me being able to get the brake calipers to seal up with the brake hose. What a fiasco that wound up being. Finally got her though, and stay tuned to see what I had to do to make it work. It's unbelievable. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. And just a side note, about 10 days ago I posted that I was going to do a video on my ultrasonic cleaner I got from Harbor Freight. Well, it turns out that, well, ultrasonic frequencies kind of mess with the microphone, and probably half of it is unusable. I'll put a little clip right here just to show you what I'm talking about. Either I need to overdub this thing or do it again, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching another episode of 89 Garage. See you next week.